You know what? I stood here thinking about all those messages we get every single day. Find your soulmate. Don't be alone. You need somebody. Let me tell you something. That's all noise. Pure noise. See, I've lived both sides of the coin. I've been in relationships and I've lived alone. And let me tell you straight up, living alone is not just good. It's magnificent. It's not emptiness. It's freedom in its purest form. Look at your life right now. Every morning you wake up, that moment is yours. Every decision you make is yours. That remote control, nobody's fighting you for it. That last slice of pizza, all yours. But I'm not talking about these small things, although they matter too. I'm talking about something bigger. When you live alone, you're forced to face yourself. There's no hiding behind someone else's shadow, no using another person as your crutch. It's just you standing tall, facing the world head on. You know what happens in relationships sometimes? People start losing themselves. They forget who they were before. What movie do you want to watch? Turns into what movie would they enjoy? Where should I eat? Becomes where they prefer to go, bit by bit, piece by piece. You start chipping away at who you really are. But living alone, that's when you truly find your voice. That's when you understand what makes you tick. You learn to fix things. You learn to handle problems. You learn that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being complete. Some folks will tell you, but what about coming home to someone? I'll tell you what's better. Coming home to peace. Coming home to a space that reflects exactly who you are. Coming home to an environment where you can truly be yourself without compromise, without explanation, without apology. You see, relationships often become this game of constant negotiation. Can I do this? Should I do that? Will this upset them? Will that cause an argument? It's exhausting. Living alone, the only person you need to negotiate with is yourself. And let me tell you, that's the most important negotiation you'll ever have. Think about your personal growth. When you're in a relationship, it's like running a three-legged race. You might be ready to sprint, but you've got to match someone else's pace. Living alone, you run at your speed. You want to learn Spanish at 3 a.m. Do it. Want to rearrange your entire apartment at midnight? Go ahead. Want to eat breakfast for dinner. Nobody's judging. People often say, but what about support? Let me break this down for you. The strongest support system you can have is the one you build yourself. Friends who choose to be in your life, not because they have to be, but because they want to be. Who respect your choices. And most importantly, that inner strength that comes from knowing you can handle anything life throws at you. I see people rushing into, relationships because they're afraid of being alone. Afraid of what others might think. Afraid of Friday nights with no plans. But let me tell you something. Those Friday nights alone can be the most transformative moments of your life. That's when you learn to enjoy your own cup. That's when you discover your true passions. That's when you build the foundation of who you are. You know what's beautiful about living alone? The silence. Not the empty kind of silence, but the peaceful kind. The kind where you can hear your own thoughts. The kind where you can actually listen to what your heart is telling you. No background noise of someone else's drama. No constant need to fill the space with conversation. It's money. Let's talk about money. When you live alone, every financial decision is yours. No arguing about unnecessary expenses. No compromising on your savings goals. No splitting bills with someone who has different spending habits. Your money, your rules, your future. And let's address this myth about loneliness. Being in a relationship doesn't guarantee you won't feel lonely. In fact, feeling lonely while lying next to someone, that's one of the worst kinds of loneliness there is. But when you live alone, you learn to address loneliness head on. You develop real solutions, not temporary fixes. Your career soars when you live alone, right? Because your focus is undivided. Your time is yours to invest in yourself. Want to work late. No one's waiting with dinner getting cold. Want to take that job across the country. No one's career is competing with yours. Your professional growth becomes unlimited. And health and fitness, all you. Your schedule, your meal plans, your workout routine. No one bringing home tempting junk food. No one disrupting your sleep pattern. No one's bad habits influencing yours. You're in complete control of your well-being. A personal space. Now that's something special. When you live alone, your home becomes your sanctuary. Everything in it reflects who you are. Every corner tells your story, not someone else's. The energy in your space is exactly what you want it to be. Pure, uncompromised, yours. Time management becomes an art. You master, no coordinating schedules. No waiting for someone to get ready. No sitting through TV shows you hate just to make someone else happy. Your time becomes truly yours, and you learn to use it wisely. And here's something people don't talk about enough. The relationship you develop with yourself. It becomes rock solid. You learn to trust your gut. You understand your worth. And when you know these things, you stop accepting less than you deserve. Some people will try to make you that something's wrong with you for choosing to live alone. They'll give you those looks of pity. They'll try to set you up on dates. They'll say you just haven't found the right person. But here's the truth. You've already found the right person. It's you. Living alone teaches you self-reliance. When something breaks, you fix it. When problems arise, you solve them. When decisions need to be made, you make them. This builds a kind of confidence that no relationship can give you. The freedom to pursue your interests, priceless. Want to fill your house with books? Do it. Want to turn your living room into an art studio? Go ahead. Want to practice drum solos at midnight? Get those soundproof panels up and rock on. Your space, your rules? Think about holidays and special occasions. Society puts so much pressure on having someone during these times, but when you live alone, you create your own traditions. You celebrate life on your terms. No compromising on how to spend Christmas. No arguing about whose family to visit for Thanksgiving. Your emotional growth accelerates when you live alone. Why? Because you learn to process your feelings without depending on someone else. You develop emotional intelligence. You understand yourself better. You become your own best friend. And let's talk about personal boundaries. When you live alone, you learn to set them firmly. You understand what you will and won't accept in your life. You stop making excuses for other people's behavior. Your standards rise because you know your worth. The peace of mind that comes with living alone, invaluable. No wondering if someone's being faithful. No questioning if they're really working late. No doubting their intentions. Just pure, simple trust in yourself and your decisions. Your home becomes a reflection of your mental state. Clean space, clear mind. When you live alone, you create an environment that nurtures your soul. No dealing with someone else's clutter, both physical and emotional. The skills you develop living alone make you a stronger person. Cooking, cleaning, managing finances, handling emergencies. You become capable in ways you never imagined. These aren't just survival skills. They're life mastery skills. Some people say, but what about intimacy? Let me tell you something. The most important intimacy is the one you have with yourself. Understanding your thoughts, knowing your desires, being comfortable in your own skin. That's real intimacy. Living alone gives you perspective. You see relationships for what they are, not what movies and society tell you they should be. You understand that adding someone to your life should multiply your joy, not divide your peace.